Alright, you dirty sluts, this is Taylor, and I'm going to be talking about piracy, but real quick, I decided to start doing an open lobby every 5,000 Twitter followers, and I do them more often than that, but that's just a for sure concrete time that I'll be doing it, so if you are interested in that, follow me, first link in the description, and I tweet other things too, most of them menial and of no consequence, and some of them are actually funny enough to make you like smirk at home, not funny enough to make you laugh or anything, but maybe just like a like a pity laugh, you know? But that's all I got to offer. So, what we're going to talk about today, or I'm going to talk about today, and you're going to listen, is piracy. And first, I have a qualm with the whole concept of piracy because the whole issue behind it is people say piracy is stealing. You wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't steal a coffee mug, you wouldn't steal a kidney. That's all the same, you know? But I have a problem with that because we're going to get into the ethics of it in a bit, but it's really not stealing. It's simply not. Now, if there's a guy on the street and he's starving and he has one baguette and like 2 packets of butter and that's all he has for like the next week to eat, I don't know how he's having such a great luck with that. But and I walk over to that dude and I steal his baguette and both of his packets of butter and then I just throw the butter down on the ground, stomp on it just out of spite. That has nothing to do with anything. That's just kind of to make the scenario more mean. Now, when I take that baguette, he no longer has a baguette. He is baguetteless. He is going to starve to death over the course of that week without this baguette. I have stolen this baguette from him. Now, another scenario, this is what piracy is. If I walk up to that dude, he has his baguette and his 2 little packets of butter, and I can magically, transmute that baguette and those 2 packets of butter into my hands and still let him keep his original, so basically I just mimicked it and gave myself a copy of it, then he would have his baguette that whole time. He would have a handful of baguette all week, hopefully, as long as he wasn't being a greedy dipshit, and I would have a baguette as well. So it's not really like I'm stealing from him, so to speak, It's almost as though I took a copy of the original, which is exactly what it is. I pirated it from him, and pirating is not the same as stealing. It's simply not. Now, the same example can be used for a car. If there's, Bam Margera's driving by in that fruity purple Lamborghini and I just could magically wave my wizard hands and give myself a purple Lamborghini and he can still drive down the road, I didn't steal it from him. I just now have a Lamborghini, and he does too. It's a bit different and hairier with music online, but, I hope that kind of makes it clear for you guys. So in my opinion, piracy is not stealing. It's just a completely different kind of crime. But on that same token, I kind of want to vent a bit about the kind of false dichotomy that we have with piracy. It seems that everyone you talk to kind of fails to see the nuances of piracy, and they either say piracy is 100% wrong, it is stealing, it is the exact same thing as stealing, or piracy is 100% right, it is A-OK because those big greedy corporations already have enough money, so we are completely justified in stealing whatever we want off of the internet. And I shouldn't even use the word stealing, I should say pirating, my bad. So there's a few problems with both of these. It seems like it's one of the few issues right now that every time you talk to someone about it, they pick, a line in the sand, one side, black and white. It doesn't seem like people have developed a sense of nuance with it yet, almost like stealing or murder. Like people are going to say to your face, oh, murder is wrong, but, they're probably going to be playing a different tune if, like, their parents are being held hostage and they're standing behind the guy with the gun with a ceramic kitchen knife in their hand and they have to carve his face off and stab him 10 times in the back and murder him, and then they save their family, so they technically murdered someone, but, it was good in that situation. It's not all bad all the time. There are exceptions, and the same thing is with piracy, except it's kind of a more difficult line to draw because we're in this digital age, and it's more difficult to, construe moral guidelines like this. So, first of all, I don't even know what my position is on this yet, so don't be watching this video thinking that I'm going to just drop a shit ton of 100% concrete truth on you, so that's not going to be it. I'm more than willing to hear arguments you guys have, because there's 100%, not 100% likelihood, because that'd be ridiculous. There's a good chance that I am wrong, and you guys can correct me, and I look forward to that. So leave your opinions about this in the comment section, and my biggest problem with it is that it really is difficult to draw a line, because it's silly for corporations to make content and expect us to pay an egregious amount, sometimes $20, $30 for a Blu-ray that you're going to watch maybe 2 or 3 times, and then you're done with it. I mean, once you've had a Blu-ray for a month and you've watched it 2 or 3 times, there may be a few junctures down the road where you watch it once or twice more, but that's it. At that point, you had paid $30, sometimes a little bit more with tax if you're buying it from somewhere like Best Buy, for one movie, and that is absolute silliness. At the same time, they're still trying to sell us CDs, and if you know anything about CDs, which all of you do, pretty much every CD has, at the most 3 songs that you really, really, really want to listen to off of it. Like, sure, when you buy a CD, you listen through the whole thing, but usually you just have those few songs that you kind of skip back and forth between. And even now, if you do buy a CD, which if you're buying CDs in this day and age, what the hell, man? I mean, welcome to the 2000s, come out of 1998. So even if you do buy the whole CD, you're still going to put it on your computer and then take those 3 songs and put them into your iTunes, because that's just how it works, because you really don't care enough to keep it around and be listening to all those songs. So it is silly for them to expect us to pay $20 for 12 songs, of which 3 you're only going to listen to. So for them to do that is ridiculous. That is essentially stealing from us, the consumer, because we don't really have a choice. They give us the option to pay for these tangible goods that are completely, just remarkably, just sinfully overpriced, and the only other option is what they deem as 100%, cold stealing. Like, you're a friggin' felon, man. You are a dirty scum whore if you take, a song off the internet. If you want to listen to Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus, my God, you better buy that whole goddamn CD or you are a thief, sir. Like, no, that's ridiculous. But at the same time, you get these people who are on the pirate wagon and they're like, hell yeah, man, I just ripped Sony Vegas and Adobe Premiere and After Effects and all of these things, all these really expensive kinds of software, and they pretend like there's nothing wrong with it, and that it's just, that's just natural. Like, oh, they should expect to get pirated from. It's a big, rich corporation. And granted, you didn't steal anything from them. It's not like Adobe has a certain number of premieres that they can give out, and then as soon as they're gone, they're like, oh shit, they pirated one too many. Now our booty chest is out of premieres. Like, no, that's not how it works. It's not like you're actually stealing anything from them aside from potential income, which really isn't stealing. But that's how I feel about it, really, is there is a fine line to be drawn between those two, extremes of the corporations trying to demand of us a just ridiculous sum of money for a product that is not worth a 15th that amount, and people who pirate everything all the time and pretend as though it's somehow excusable just because these corporations are independently wealthy regardless of their individual contributions. So tell me what you guys think about this. I'm interested. I'm more than willing to hear arguments again from you guys about why I am wrong and why I am a blithering, retarded idiot who should just get off the internet, because that wouldn't be anything new. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If nothing else, maybe it's kind of made you think about the piracy issue a little bit more, and I look forward to reading your comments. And as always, I love you.